you remember when this rapper shot this other rapper? 'Cause I do. So this rapper goes by the name Megan Thee Stallion. And Megan is 25 when this story starts, and she's a very popular hip-hop artist. And Megan really seems to like her friend, this guy, Tory Lanez. And Tory Lanez is also a hip-hop artist, and apparently he and Megan have been smashing recently. But one night in 2020, Megan goes to this pool party with some friends. And so everyone is there, they're having a good time, they're all drinking, and eventually Megan gets into the car to go home, and she gets into the car with a few other people, including Tory Lanez. And so they're driving home from the party, and there's 4 people in this SUV, and 3 of them get into this big argument. Allegedly because Tory has not only been smashing with Megan, but he had also been smashing with another woman in the car at some point. And so he had been smashing with both women. And this argument they're having gets so bad that Megan asks the driver to pull over. And so they pull over, and the fighting continues until finally Megan has had enough. And so she gets out of the car and she starts walking away. And that is when she hears Tory yelling from the SUV. And he's holding a pistol and he's yelling, "Dance, bitch!" And then blam, blam, he starts shooting down at the ground. And boom, Megan gets hit. Not in one foot, but in both feet. And so Megan drops to the ground and she starts crawling away. And pretty quickly, I guess Tory realizes how badly he just screwed up, and he starts apologizing profusely and saying, "I'm so sorry, please don't tell anyone." And he also says, "I'll give you guys $1 million if you promise not to say anything." Meanwhile, a neighbor sees some of this go down through his bedroom window, and he immediately calls the police. And so Tory gets Megan back into the car, and they all drive off together. But it's not long before police find them and they pull them over. And the officers have everyone get out of the car one by one, and they all lay on the ground. And you can see some footage here. You can see there's someone lying on the ground, and there's Megan in her bikini because, they all just came from the pool party. Now, Megan is fully freaked out by this, including by how many police are surrounding them. Plus, there's a gun in the car, and she thinks if police know that Tory shot her, then they might perceive him as a violent threat and shoot him. And I assume she still likes him, and she doesn't want that for him. And also, she obviously just doesn't seem to trust the police, whatever her reasons may be. So when the officers detain her, they're like, "Why are your feet bleeding?" And Megan decides to lie, like, I stepped on some broken glass." Then police search the SUV they were in, and they find Tory's pew-pew, and bam, they arrest him for carrying a concealed firearm. Here's his mugshot. Meanwhile, police take Megan straight to the hospital because she's wounded. And while she's there, the medical staff do an x-ray on her feet. And they're like, "Why are there bullet fragments in your feet?" And so now Megan is sort of forced to tell police the truth. That same night, Tory, who is now in jail, he calls up his friend, the other woman who was in the car in the argument, because Tory needs help getting bailed out. But he also uses this as an opportunity to kind of apologize.
"I just want you to know, bro, I was just so f***ing drunk, I didn't even know what the f*** was going on, bro. I didn't even know what the f*** was going on."
Now, these guys are very well-known rappers, so at this point, the news media is all over this story, and they're reporting on it, but no one knows what to make of it because Megan said she cut her foot on some glass. But then, shit gets even more out of control for them. Because of course, the internet, being ever so skeptical about everything, they don't buy Megan's story at all. I mean, Tory is in jail, so they know something is up. And so they start putting pressure on her to stop lying. And then a few days later, Megan kind of comes clean in an Instagram post saying, "On Sunday morning, I suffered gunshot wounds as a result of a crime that was committed against me and done with the intention to physically harm me." So she tells the truth about being shot, but she still must care about Tory a lot because she still doesn't mention that it was him who shot her. However, fans are starting to piece it all together, and the internet does what it does best. It makes a total mockery out of the situation, and Megan starts to get a lot of ridicule from people because they think she's lying. And so finally, Megan decides to set the record straight. She goes on Instagram Live and she outright names Tory as the man who shot her.
"I'm not gonna let y'all keep playing in my face, and I'm not gonna let this nigga keep playing in my face either. So, Since y'all hoes so worried about it, yes, this nigga Tory shot me. You shot me. And you got your publicists and your people going to these blogs lying and shit.
Now, Tory, who I guess is out on bail now, he sees this post and he's now catching a lot of heat, and he feels like he has to get on Instagram himself and respond, and he basically says Megan's a liar.
She knows what happened, I know what happened, and we know that what you're saying and what the alleged things and the alleged accusations of my name is are not true. It's falsified information, it's false information, and it's not accurate information.
Now, from here, Megan and Tory take turns jabbing at one another. Tory releases a diss track where the lyrics say, "How the fuck you get shot in your foot and you don't hit no bones or tendons?" While Megan responds with a sign behind her during her SNL performance that reads, "Protect Black Women." Then she releases her own diss track where she says, "Imagine lying about shooting a real bitch." Now, in the middle of all this, the Los Angeles District Attorney officially presses charges against Tory for shooting Megan, while Megan goes on to do some interviews about it. And in one particular CBS interview, she is asked if she and Tory were smashing.
Did you have an intimate relationship with him?
Like sexual?
Yeah. Megan, did you have a sexual relationship with Tory Lanez? Yes, that's my question.
I didn't have a sexual relationship with Tory.
Now, you already know she and Tory actually were smashing in the past, but why she chose to lie about it in this interview is unclear. Maybe she's embarrassed, maybe it's none of our business, but she did lie in the interview. She later admitted that she lied, by the way. I'm not just randomly calling her a liar. This is her words, what she admitted to. But anyway, that is where this guy comes in. Fellow rapper 50 Cent. And so 50 Cent, he's watching this interview and he doesn't believe her when she says she didn't sleep with Tory Lanez. So I guess from there, since she lied about that, he assumes she lied about all of it, like the shooting and everything. And so he starts posting about it on Instagram. Like he posed this meme of her morphing into Juicy Smollett. And from here, the attacks on her only get worse. Other rappers like Chris Brown and Kanye and Drake are all backing Tory. And DaBaby and 21 Savage and Drake, they all reference the Megan Tory incident in their lyrics. Drake raps about it in one of his songs. He says, "This bitch lie about getting shot, but she's still a stallion." Anyway, to this day, a lot of people think Tory didn't actually really shoot her, which he still claims that he never did. Regardless, in 2022, Tory finally goes to trial and he's found guilty and he gets sentenced to 10 years in prison. Hey, just reminding you that my entire catalog of true crime videos is now on Spotify. So if you want to listen to me over there, it's called the Ray William Johnson True Story Podcast.